trained troops here.
Oh, wow.
But after, I think, in the 50s sometime, they abandoned it and took down most of the buildings and gave the land to the state of California. And I think it's still the case that any proceeds from the sale go to, like, the California Teachers Retirement Fund or something. But this is still all state land. And in the late 50s or early 60s, a bunch of workers who were out here to harvest creosote leaves started setting up camps on the slabs up there. And that's how Slab City started. Yeah, they're where the buildings for the Marine base were before, and now there's just a bunch of concrete slabs. And so Leonard came out here in 1984.
That's the guy from Slab
Leonard
City.
Knight, the artist. And I think he'd been in California for a while. I don't remember. His sister lived in San Diego, I think, or thereabouts. And originally he was building a hot air balloon, which is actually the structure is supposed to be hot air balloon on the side getting inflated. And this is his hot air balloon inflating machine. And then I think it was supposed to be anchored to that thing on the car, and it was supposed to be kind of something you travel around.
So he never did the balloon?
Well, he made it. You can find pictures of it online. It's huge. It's really cool. But from what I've heard, he spent 15 years making it. I don't know the exact, but it was mostly found materials, and the sun out here just sort of eats things. So when you tried to take off, there were holes in it. And it didn't work.
Oh, so he did actually try to take off in it?
There's pictures of him inflating it, and this is the last spot that he did it. And then when that didn't work, he started building this. And originally, so up where the cross is now, there again you can find pictures of it on the internet. But he started with concrete, so that wall back there in the curve is like the oldest part, and a lot of it's fallen down and been rebuilt. But it's pretty close to what it was originally. And where the cross is was actually this big tower. Like this thing was probably half again or maybe more taller. It's really cool.
Wow.
But it all fell down in 1989, I think, from an earthquake.
Where'd all the plaster come from?
It's all clay out of the hillside. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like on hay bales. Apparently there's some couches in there, all sorts of things. But that's why the hill sticks out so much further where the heart is because it's the rubble from the tower that he built is underneath the hill there, because he just started building over it again and kept going.
Wow. Do you live out here?
Yeah, I live over there.
And how long you been out here?
A month. We'll be
Just
here
a month.
for a few more, yeah.
Lounge thing, yeah.
Good one, you guys are.
Yeah. So you have a band out here. You come out just in the wintertime?
Yes.
That's kind of cool. What was your name? I'm sorry.
Jimmy Austin James.
Jimmy. And your band is called?
Jimmy Austin James and the Mofos.
That's awesome. So you guys get a lot of tourists out here that come out?
Yeah, it was a pretty good tourism scene going on. A lot of artists can profit from it because everybody wants a trinket when they leave here. So sometimes I put a jewelry stand out there and we do pretty good. And then on Mondays and Thursdays we do music here. In the early part of the season I usually get quite a few tourists to stop when I do early shows, but night shows usually is just the slabbers.
Yeah. And so you live out here in the wintertime and then travel elsewhere in the heat?
Traveling musician, that's what I do.
That's awesome. That's great. So how many people do you think you usually get out here on an average night?
Per show?
Yeah.
Well, it's been kind of slow this season because the Canadians really aren't here because of the money exchange thing. And a lot of my older fans have died. I usually lose like 5-10 people a year because they're pretty old when they come out here and have health issues. And the weather hasn't been cooperating, but normally I get 20 to 50 people inside the lounge and 100 people in the parking lot.
And how much is it? How much do you charge to come in?
$5.
$5 to come into the lounge.
Support my art.
Yeah. And then you get a lot of people that just listen from outside, so they don't have to pay.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of people don't like to pay.
Yeah.
That's cool that you still let them, enjoy.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I could, but
yeah,
there's really no way to keep them from doing it.
Nowhere from keep them out.
Yeah, if I could put up big cement block walls, I would.
How many summers have you done this, or seasons have you done?
This is the second season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What made you come out here?
I've been coming out here since '09. I met some guys when I was traveling, musician up in Arizona in Flagstaff area. They were camped up there in the National Forest. They told me about Slab City. It was like a growing artist community. And so one winter I finally came down to check it out, and I kind of liked it. And I ended up spending 2 winters out here in 2010 and 2011. And then I went went back to LA to do more music, and I had a job watching some property, and then that job ended, and then I came back out here last year to spend the winter again.
What happens with your space here? Does it stay? And
No, this is all set up like a carnival ride, so it all tears down. It's all numbered and the stage and everything, and I'm still replacing stuff with real wood, and then I'm gonna paint it and prime it, and then it all ties together or bolts together, and so I tear it all down in 3 days and store it down the road at a guy's place.
Oh, okay, so you just leave it out here and just reset it up.
Yep.
Do you always put it back up in the same spot, or?
Yep, this is the same spot. Yep.
What's the odds of someone else coming in here and taking your spot?
Not too likely, because I'm too close to the road, and there's no trees and there's no slab.
Slabs are a priority around
Yeah,
here.
when people are slabbers, because they don't have much, so they get attached to things, that are
It kind of gives them their own little real estate.
identity, kind of.
Yeah.
It gives them their identity.
All right, cool. Well, we'll maybe come check you guys out tonight. I'd love to hear the music.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That'd be great. Yeah, and the tacos are really good, and the restroom's the cleanest restroom in the slabs. I
that's
service
great.
it regularly myself.
And you got a portable restroom here that you charge for use of, or you just if they're coming in?
Just
if
for the
they-
VIP members, yeah.
So if they come in and pay, then
they can use it.
use the restroom.
Yeah, otherwise it's my personal bathroom the rest of the week, and luckily I got it from the farmers, so it's from the guy that rents them to the farmers in the fields.
Yeah.
So it comes on a trailer. It's got a little RV valve on it, so I can take it and dump it down at the RV dump station
That's
myself.
good. Is there a lot of those here? Or?
No, most people are lazy and just shitting holes.
No. So at nighttime you got to guard your bathroom. You got to keep it locked.
No, luckily, well, last year it was kind of iffy, but this year, luckily, nobody's really been messing around.
And so you just store that too, or you let someone else use it?
No, I
when you're
rent
gone?
that from the guy that rents them to the farmer. He charged me $30 a month for rent for that.
Oh wow, that seems like kind of probably a business you could probably do out here.
Well, yeah, I thought of maybe having a couple of those restrooms next year, and then having a tourist stop and charging like $2 a person or $10 a carload or something like that.
Yeah, it seems like that would be. Seems like that'd be a good business.
Might be, depending on how much they poop.
Yeah. All right, great. Hey man, good to meet you, and we'll come check out. And you're Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
What do you call this, Jimmy? VIP? Okay.
You gotta spell it like Hendrix.
J-I-M-M-I.
Like Hendrix, and then Austin.
All right, guys. Oh, we need to look at that board too. See. So, Aaron, can you tell me a little bit about East Jesus and what brought you here?
Well, East Jesus began around 2006, 2007. A man named Charlie Russell came out here, originally to help on Salvation Mountain. He found the area that East Jesus sits on covered in trash. It was the most heavily dumped area of the slabs. There was garbage everywhere. So he cleaned it all up and made art out of a lot of what he found because he wanted to leave it better than he found it. When he passed away in 2011, we all came together. Everyone who knew him, had been to East Jesus, and believed in what he was doing came together to keep it going. And since then, it's become a collective of artists. It's become an art museum in its own right. Actually, the only art museum in Imperial County. And it's also an experimental off-grid living facility. So we have solar power and composting toilets and gardens and all that kind of stuff. It's just a way to, try to do better with our garbage, try to make the world a better place in some small way.
How long you been out here?
I first came out here in 2010 in June for an event called Mammoth Erection Fest. We erected a 13-foot high woolly mammoth built out of blown out car tires. And since then, I met Charlie that time, and he's a great man, and I believed fully in what he was doing, and came out a number of times. And since then, I've just come out more frequently till I've been staying here the last 5 months more than I've been at my home in Los Angeles.
And you've been coming out for the last 7 years. How long do you stay usually when you come out?
It varies. Like I said, in the last 5 months, I've been here more. I've actually been here, this last trip I've been here since, I've been here about a month at this point. Sometimes it'll be a couple weeks. These last ones I've been more living here more on a full-time-ish type basis. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that was about. So I've been living here on more of a full-time-ish type of basis, and most of the times I've gone back to Los Angeles have been if I had worked a couple weeks in January, worked a few days early in February.
Would you say you call East Jesus home?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
East Jesus is very much my home, and that's why I come out here. I want to help make it better. I will defend it in any way necessary. And I feel, first time I came out here, I immediately felt that kind of this place feels right to me, and I kept coming out more and more. It used to be for a weekend trip, a few days here and there, especially when I actually had a regular job. But now, I work freelance, so I'm able to actually make this more of a destination than having to, having to come out between shifts and everything like that. There were times I was out here for a week and a half, maybe more. I come out in the summer because that's when we really need a few people here, and nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult.
Do you see people does it change a lot? People come and go, or
it does. It's very much changed. There are a lot of people that used to be heavily involved here. Some of them were heavily involved. Well, not heavily involved, but came out a lot when Charlie himself was alive, and they more came out to visit a friend. So when he died, they weren't really into coming out. And there have been more people that just were heavily involved for a while, but then they haven't been for the last year or so because life gets in the way.
Yeah. How long do you see yourself coming and staying?
I mean,
would you move out here full time?
It's definitely in the future possibilities. Just working out things as far as being able to have some sort of income and not actually have to be somewhere for it. And building my own kind of domicile out here. Maybe just trying to get a trailer of my own out here because we have a lot of trailers. But they're for guests. I'm not going to take over a trailer for myself.
Where do you stay when you come out?
I stay right over there. A trailer called the Double Decker, which actually was the trailer. One of the trailers before his death. That was the trailer that Charlie called his sleeping quarters.
Oh, okay.
And it has a couple of it actually has an upstairs, so there's a couple beds up top, and then we have a bed down on the bottom, and that's the one I tend to sleep in.
What do you do in LA?
I'm a musician, audio engineer. Mostly, I work art department on some TV shows, mostly as a PA.
Oh, right on.
You play over there at the Viper Lounge?
I have not been to the Viper Lounge. That's actually been a new addition to Slab City in the last year or so, I believe. Might have been more. I only heard about it in the last year.
Yeah.
I have played. I've played at the Range a few times with my friend Flip Cassidy. He built our giant wall of TVs. He's the first person I came out here with. Like the two of us came out at the same time first time together for Mammoth Erection Fest and everything, and both became heavily involved. He is actually the president of the Chasters Foundation, which is the nonprofit that helps keep East Jesus running, helps get us big donations, and helped us actually buy our land.
Yeah. And so you were telling me earlier that East Jesus is completely separate from Slab City.
Not completely separate. Well, yeah, I mean...
Does everybody get along, or is there...
We don't have the... we don't have the best reputation out there. I can't see why, except for we don't really outreach much with the slabs. We are kind of more slab adjacent. And yeah, we're the first people in the slabs to own this land, and yeah, I think they're a little afraid of that. They're afraid we're going to kick them off, which we have no intention of doing.
Yeah.
Right?
So you guys actually own this property?
Yeah.
You bought the property from the state, or?
From the state. It was in the entirety of Zone 36, which is the slabs, was in a trust for the the state teachers retirement fund, the California Teachers Retirement Fund. And then we got a little news about 3 years ago from a member of the Salvation Mountain board of directors that I guess they'd been approached about purchasing their part of the land because state of California Lieutenant Governor, I'm not sure exactly who, but there's all this talk about they want to sell it. They're trying to get it off of whatever docket or whatever it's on. Maybe to an energy company, who knows? And at this point it hasn't been done, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I've heard this kind of talk has come around for years, but we all felt like it'd be better to be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So
you guys actually moved forward and bought the piece of property.
Yeah, formed the Chasters Foundation, the nonprofit paperwork. From what I'm told, I didn't work on it. One of our former caretakers did it, and it was some thousands of hours of paperwork.
So
And got the nonprofit put together, and then the land purchase. We luckily had a very good friend play angel investor and donated the money for us to purchase the land, and they're being very nice about us paying them back when we can.
Yeah. And how big a piece of property is it?
It is 36 acres.
36 acres.
So is that all the slabs then, or is it
Not all the slabs,
No.
just a very large portion. We so when we had it surveyed, we had to the land had to touch the main roads, which are Canal Road up there, Beale Road over there. And this land is already gridded out in sections, and so if we wanted to actually do a new survey just for what we wanted, it would have cost us a lot more money. So we were like, okay, we'll take it. And again, luckily we were able to raise the money like we needed to, and someone out there loves us enough.
Yeah. Are you single, or?
Am I single?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you don't have, there's no family that you bring along with you out here?
No, I live in LA. I live with my mother, and she fully supports me doing this. She actually came out this past Thanksgiving for the first time, and she loved it. She's like, I'd like to come back again. I'm like, that's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's hard to do. She works full time, so it's
Yeah.
trying to find when can I bring you out for a few days, but
Yeah.
figure that out, not too hard.
How do you go back and forth? You have a
I have a
vehicle?
car. Yeah, I drive. It's a 3.5, 4 hour drive, depending how many speed laws I break and how many stops I make.
All right, cool, man. We'll see. Like I said, we may be coming back out, and we'd love to do something with East Jesus. This is kind of just to get a preliminary idea of what it's all about and people and the place. So, yeah, we'd love to maybe have you on camera again.
For sure.
What's his name?
Charlie Russell.
Charlie. Yeah.
But it's homely. For being in the desert with none of the amenities of home, it's pretty nice. The only thing we don't have is running water, which would be really nice. Dishes are a pain, and they cover with a layer of peat moss.
Yep.
So it's and then it starts getting full. We dump it, and then after about a year of the compost settling in, we mix it with older peat moss and start a new box. So it's but that's what we fertilize our garden with. We make our own dirt.
Cooking show here.
I don't know if they're gonna. I'm all for it. I was like, I'll bring one of my motorhomes out and we'll camp out. And
Tours around this area with like a bunch of college-age Japanese girls, and he brings them over here, and since none of us speak Japanese, we were fine with him. He knows it enough that he brings them in and gives them big tours, and Usually they'll buy a shirt or a sticker or something.
Oh, you guys got shirts for
We
sale?
have shirts. No, they are free with a donation.
Ah, where are they at?
Yeah. No. But yeah, the last time is Art Slam. Season closer, we'll be chopping up some else. So it's, you know, it's a fun little drink. Wow, I'm really bad.
They just put me in charge after 2 weeks.
We have that here, and pay for any specific supplies. And
Need is kind of a.
Huh?
Oh, need. Is,
Need internet
yeah.
to keep a presence and keep connected
Yeah.
to the outside world.
Fuck the world.
Well, that's, you know, good for him. We did. There's, you know, we need to keep connected with the outside caretaker. But before New Year's of 2012, just before it, that caretaker got kicked out, and then one of our former caretakers, a guy named Frank, and there was a whole group of them. They're hitchhikers. They used to come out every year, and you know, they were friends with Charlie, and they came up and they took over East Jesus for a time and started kind of turning things around, you know, fixing a lot of what got screwed up in the first 6 months. And then when he felt it was his time to step down, the
We're gonna take snap photos down here.
It's kind of slow. Yep. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So I'm sitting here talking. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Bob.
Bob.
A lot of people call me White Horse.
White Horse. And White Horse. So you have. Tell me about your hostel here.
Okay, I just acquired this like February 1st. I came here in my camper like in Christmas Day, and I'd been in California since right before Thanksgiving, and I got here by myself in my camper, which I bought a camper back early October.
Is it this one or?
No, it's the one over there.
Oh, okay.
It's got the turtle on it. It's got a turtle on its side. My friend painted a turtle on it. I call it the laughing turtle.
So was all this stuff already here when you got here?
I'd say I've changed it a little bit in a month. I've
Uh-huh.
changed it a little. I'm trying to create a little bit different vibe and a different energy, you know. And but
How does one acquire a hostel? How did that all come about?
it is amazing. Like I said, it's like my house burnt down like a year and a half ago, and I couldn't get anything redone. I had trouble with the county trying to be billed. I tried to buy because I had money. I tried to put $50,000 on a $120,000 piece of property, and I couldn't get a bank to finance me, which I
Wow.
couldn't believe.
Where was that at?
I was in Boone, North Carolina. I've been living there for 30 years, and I'm really very well known in the community there because it's just who I am and what I look like, and I try to share medicine with the people. I do medicine wheels for Creator. I have a medicine wheel over here. We can go over and meet Creator if you want to.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what a medicine wheel is?
It's very complicated. What is your name?
Lowell.
Lo, it's kind of complicated.
Is it Native American?
It's Native American, but it's so huge and so vast. I always tell everybody just Google it, because Google is my guru. I don't know who your guru is, but Google knows every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is he knows everything about all the fucking other gurus, you know what I mean? The ones that are not like real gurus, you know what I mean? But so I just tell people to go it. But basically, you know, we can go and see it. Basically, it's just it's the circle of life. Everything that coexists and everything that there is in the medicine wheel. It's a circle. And you make a circle on the ground, or you don't have to make a circle. You use the stone people. Because the stone people, they were the first ones here. I believe everything has consciousness. Everything. And the stone people were the first ones here. They saw the grandfather's sun come and grandmother moon. And then they saw the water and the earth, and then they saw the plant people and the tree people, and then the flying brothers and the ones that swim in the sea. They record all the history of humankind. They know the story of creation. So, use the stone people in the medicine wheel. You could just go down by a creek and take, you know, like 20-some stones and make you a circle, because you're creating the sacred space, and a lot of it has to do with your intention and what you're putting into it. We're all coming into that understanding now. From what I talk to people and stuff, people know that they're powerful beings, and that you can intention things, and you can create, and you can manifest. And you can just take some stones and put them in a circle, but each quadrant has a specific significance, because you have the white north, you have the yellow east, you have the red south, and you have black west. And if you're really going to build a well, then you try to get accurate, and when you build a circle, you put those, then you fill in the outer part. And then there's another, a red road. So you put red rocks from the white north down to the red south, and that's called the red road. And that's very kind of well-known term, the red road. It's the good way. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it's the perfect way, you know. It doesn't mean not bad things are going to happen. Sometimes it's the road of hardship and suffering and grief and loss. I'm sure the native people would consider, when they did the Trail of Tears, that was part of walking the red road, because you come out of the white.
How did you learn about all this?
I lived in a cabin up in the mountains in North Carolina. It was like 3 months. And
can I roll a cigarette?
Yeah, they're in there on my table. Can you get me one too? And I was there, and I wasn't doing anything. I was all by myself in 35 acres. And I just was drawn to it.
Huh.
Drawn to it. Just Google it. I had been doing sweat lodges.
Yeah.
I'd started doing an Inipi lodge with friends, I don't know, probably 6-7 years ago or something like that. And
I can't get out.
She's locked in there.
I got it, locked in here. Help me!
Good luck.
Hey, how did this happen? What did I do? I don't know what's going
Uh-oh, you're never getting out.
Yes, I am. We'll figure it out.
Look, I can't see in there. You're gonna have to probably get a butter knife or something. You can't push it and try to get in there and push that little lock that goes over that little thing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
How long you been out here?
Yeah, I just got out here, man.
Did ya?
Heard from friends.
Yeah.
Just about to check out. Yeah, where you guys from?
San Diego.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yeah? That's where
Yeah.
I'm from.
What's that?
That's where I'm from.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been traveling around America.
Oh, that's
Seeing
awesome.
all the cool spots out here. I was just up and down the coast. Loving San Diego beaches.
Oh yeah, San Diego's a great place to
Best
hang out.
places around for sure. Encinitas, Carlos Diaz.
Yeah, North County. So how did you manage it before or running it before?
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of fell into it?
That's crazy. Because I started on that journey in my camper because Creator just wouldn't let me reestablish myself there. I was being pushed out of the nest, per se. It's like, go fly. So when I left on my journey, I said I'm going to go where the four winds of changing roads take me and embrace the unknown. Embrace the unknown and also come into the expected and go and see the people I already know and love, and then also meet the people that I already love and don't know. So my journey's mostly been about connecting with people because I love people so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got here, there was four of us, and Christmas Day, and we were going to stay a couple days, but we just couldn't leave. And then we kind of was going to leave, like in a week. We all talked together and decided what our journey would become. And but I was kind of like, final say because of my camper. But the one day we were going to leave, I just woke up that day and I felt a real, it's hard to explain, felt the spirit or the energy was on me really strong, and something in my intuitive knowing was saying, don't leave, to stay. So at that point I was in conflict, so I just lifted that up to Creator, and that same day I was walking around up there, coming from the library, and I came upon a sister, and we spoke for a moment. And one of the first things that came out of her mouth was, "You look like you belong here." And it was like, I thank you so much, because we look for answers, we ask Creator for things, but Creator lives in each one of us. And it's like, thank you, Creator, so much. I was so overjoyed at the moment. I went and hugged her and thanked her because I knew Creator was giving me my answer.
This thing right here,
So that's kind of spooky a little bit, you know what I mean? So I said, well, I'm staying.
That was when you got here, or?
It was right after I got here, and I stayed here for
Yeah.
about a week, and I was going to leave. And I said to stay here, and
I don't. In the side of the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Where the latch is? Oh my God, she's been trying to pick the lock the whole time inside.
but there was four of us in the camper, and
You don't know what you're doing.
a lady friend of mine
I
that
do.
I'd known
I
for a
put
while.
cards
We
in
decided to go ahead and make a commitment together, and
And you met her here?
no, I'd known her for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
But I just reunited with her out here when I came out here from Boone. I reunited. I had seen her in a couple months. We reunited.
Here, let me just,
So
just
the
take
brothers,
that.
they found
Pass it to me and
their own
give it
way, and then
Just give it to me from the inside.
we were here, and the hostel was
Give
for
it
sale,
to me. It'll be easier on the inside. To
and I was kind of told by the cards of destiny, to be open to looking at investments and stuff.
Give it to me in here, please. Thank you. Okay.
To be open to investments and stuff. And so, but when I heard about the cards, I've been a businessman in my life, you can look at me or whatever, but, I've been a businessman.
So you actually bought the hostel from somebody?
Yeah.
And what did that consist of? So, because it's
Yeah, you are.
kind of a free open space to park, so What did you buy? You bought the buildings, or?
Well, all this surrounding area that's all gated.
Is it Phillips or?
It's a fucking screwdriver
The
that
wall
I
they
need. It's a
just
tiny little
finished.
screwdriver.
So you actually own the property here?
Grab it. It's at the
You
bottom.
can't own the property.
Yeah,
here,
that's what
Rick.
I thought.
You know, and that was something that I had to, work over in my mind. But it's been here for 50, 60, 70 years.
So what you bought was the business. You bought
the
the
business. That's all. That's all. And it's very picturesque. You can see we have the duck pond.
Where do people stay?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 campers right now.
Okay.
And I have another camper that's being rented out by the month. And then we have the hay bale rooms that are open where you can sleep under the stars. We have a tent we can put up for you, or you can put your tent up.
It's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah, that's about all. Yeah. And we're building the treehouse right now. We're building a treehouse, which I think is just going to be awesome.
Yeah, I bet you people will love that.
I was a builder for the last 25 years of my life. I built houses and remodeled and stuff like that. So the tower was already built. I'm going to restructure what's there. I'm going to create a tree house. It's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool as hell.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to probably just stay up there all the time by myself.
Oh, that
It's gonna be your own dad.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Mankind Project?
No, I haven't.
That's something it's a program, like a men's, empowering men thing that and it's rooted in Native American stuff. So I've done that. I know a little bit about what you're talking about.
Okay.
For what thing?
Okay.
Let's go take a look at that. Your circle. I'd love to see it.
Oh, the circle?
Yeah.
You want to go see?
Well, I want to see the place. Oh, you got the.
I have my own kitchen.
Yeah.
The ears are so bad. I'm not getting hit nothing. This is from Creator, and it's called I Know You, I Hear You, I See You. Everything is going to be okay.
All right. And what do you do with these when you're done?
Well, I don't know. I'm
just on display?
Yeah,
or?
this place is, since I've been here a month, it's really awakened and opened my creative energies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, rather than sitting back in my cabin watching Netflix, and stuff, going out to the bar.
The writing is really
That's the way
cool.
my hand moves when I
Oh, it
write.
does.
I believe that some way that I do channel something, I call it love's voice. It's from my hand. And like I wrote that one over there, but that's not Go Bear. I believe in I did that one. Yeah. Brush, paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is called Laughing at Yourself. I kind of think about this when people ask me what sign I am and stuff, and Cancer and stuff, because they're trying to pinhole me, and figure out who I am. So it's called Laughing at Yourself. I'm just me, not who I thought I was, not who I think I am, not who you thought I'd be, just me. And I smile at me. I smile at me. And me smiles back. Now, what do you think about that, That's laughing at yourself,
Yeah,
man. It makes me laugh every time I read it. And it's still a really, really strong Toyota motor. They last a long time. But my friend Tommy created the turtle on it before we left. Plus there's many other things about the turtle and what he brings to us and what he can teach us and learn from us. And I feel very closely connected. Yeah. So I came here in that.
How long do you see yourself staying here?
Well,
you're gonna stay for the summer, and you're gonna.
I didn't plan on buying the hostel like you were asking me about. It just so ended up buying. Kind of got me and my lady had a commitment on January 12th. On January 13th, we bought the hostel together. She's a partner. She paid half. And then we went on like just a 17-day trip to deepen our relationship and come back on February 1st and take over the hostel. It all comes from your own individual perception, and some things people perceive things differently, which creates differences in opinion.
Yeah.
But my perception is there's a lot of people that can't really function in Babylon anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't deal with it anymore.
In Babylon, as in the outside world.
Outside world and everything are going to be drawn here because there's a lot of people, myself included, that just can't function in Babylon anymore. It's just becoming too thick out there. I know people that won't even go to Walmart, and people that won't even go to big cities because they're out here and they spend time with Creator and with Mother Earth and in nature, and their spirit gets quiet and their mind gets quiet, and they start sensing other things, and then they go back there and it's too much. It's just too much. And that's happened to me, you know, since I've been here. I've changed. I feel freer and open. I wore skirts before, but only at festivals, and I didn't go to town, you know, stuff like that. But now I've been going all over them. And I was over at a damn Peruvian, was it Peru? What was the name of that club? What was that? I forget, it's like Spanish thing. But I had a big flowery skirt on, and they started doing like the rumba music, and 6 or 7 ladies got up and started moving. I loved to dance, and so I started following them, and then we're all up there dancing. I danced.
Is that out here, or?
That was over in Anaheim the other day.
Oh, okay.
At a nightclub, kind of like club music and stuff.
Yeah.
We went over there to see a seminar and spent some time there. But then, like I was like, you know, I love being myself and being free, you know. And and then some older man started dancing with me, and he was leading, and his wife was taking a video, you know. and I've learned that, you know, I can be myself. I usually wear lots of jewelry and stuff, and but I can be myself. And some people are like, but it helps people. You see, you don't have to be like everybody else, like the men that look at me. And I can wear a skirt because I have a big white beard too.
Yeah.
I'm known for a while that I'm definitely male and female. You know, that's one of the things we came here to learn, the differences of things, the yin and the yang, separation, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I'm allowing my femininity to grow here. That's why my creative abilities, I think, are being ushered out more, because I'm walking in my more feminine side. That's where the more intuitive side, where the creative side is, and it's great. It's crazy that it's happening. You know,
it's great.
But men will look at me, and I can see some men it's like they need to change. They're tired of being who they are. They're tired of like dressing and you're not allowed. That's what's the beauty of out here. If you went up to the Oasis, have you been around much at the range on Saturday night when they have the music?
No.
You ought to do that. God,
yeah.
there's beautiful people out here, and you would never know what they're going to be wearing or what they're going to be looking like.
Yeah.
They can be free to just, if you're in your room and you want to pick up this and put it on or something like that, you don't have to worry about going out and people judging you.
Uninhibited.
Uninhibited. People grow here.
Is the range happening every night?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday. Every Saturday. So my theme here is I believe in the good things coming. I do. I believe it. Knocko Bear. I think it's a space. I've had artists come here already, and they say the same thing that I do. The opening here is creative energy, and that's what I'm intentioning and asking for too. Because I bought this without having possession of the land, but after I did it, I felt that it was a gift from Creator for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a little while, there's the thing about making money. But I think, I'm a businessman, I think by the end of next season, I'll be able to, I'm pretty sure, I'm positive, that I can make back my investment by the end of next season. Now, if you can buy a business and do that,
mm-hmm.
and then at that point I could sell it, or I could have somebody run it for me and have a cash flow for my own individual life. in addition to what I already have. So I don't know, but I want to just create more energy here and stuff, and I want to plant more. And one will distract you while the other one bites you. And I was told it'll land on your back and take a fucking piece of skin out through your t-shirt. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm waiting for him.
Well, you might want to invest in and get a beehive out here so you can have get some honey.
There's no bees out here. Those are big horse flies.
Huh.
I haven't seen them.
Girlfriend for a long time that read some of the weirdest.
You want me to give you some Cheetos? Say yes, please.
Stand the hell back.
Rock and roll.
All right. So, how long you been out here?
Can we start with your name, maybe?
Yes.
I'm Cornelius Van Gogh. I've been here about two and a half years now. But I've been coming to Slab City for about 6 years, seasonally.
And you run the library?
Yes, the library is my home. I built most of this space with my partner, Caveman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an anarchist library. I basically live in a college, like, you know, self-directed college courses. Instead of going to college and being in debt, I moved into the library and started reading a lot of books.
Out here in Slab City?
Yes.
And you've been here, you said 2 years?
2.5 approximately, but I've been coming here seasonally for about 6 years.
Here 2 years.
And how did you end up here, and what brought you to Slab City, and what makes you stay?
I came to Slab City because there was an X on my map where Slab City was.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me to come here, so I came here, and I kept coming back here.
And you say you have some stuff online.
Yes.
What tell me about that.
Well, I have a YouTube channel. Cornelius Van Gogh is my name, V-A-N-G-O. You can check out my videos on YouTube. I have over 60 videos about what it's like to live in Slab City.
And you were telling me, what's a slabber?
A slabber is somebody that occupies a space in Slab City for a certain amount of time.
And the whole reason you did these videos, because you wanted it portrayed correctly, or what's the story there?
When I first started living in slabs, I noticed that online all of the videos were sensationalized and incorrect. Like the Vice documentary was crap. And there were other documentaries that were also crap about slabs. So I decided to make my own videos explaining my experience in Slab City.
Mm-hmm.
So they became popular.
And how did you guys meet? Are you guys a couple, or is that you guys run the library together? Did you guys meet out here, or how did it come about?
The library is my operation, but I couldn't operate it to this extent if it wasn't for Caveman.
Nice. And I see it's open 24 hours.
Yes, indeed.
Can people just come in and anytime? You guys don't have to be here?
No, we're here. We're always here. But if somebody comes in the middle of the night, if they're just reading a book, that's totally fine. But if they're coming in and making a bunch of noise and being rude, then we make them leave.
Yeah.
people seem to have a problem with the difference between utilizing a library and, you know, coming in for just
Party.
hanging out. Yeah.
Huh. And was the library here already before, or did you guys start it actually?
The library was started probably around 1999, but it was only this front room here. It was small. Caveman and I built most of the space here.
How did you guys end up just taking it over? How did you, what that transition, how did that happen? Did somebody start it and they were leaving, or?
It had been abandoned for about 8 years.
Okay.
And I talked to the guy that was watching out for it, and he said that he was looking to go to trucking school and he didn't want to be here anymore. And he was glad that somebody had expressed interest in watching the library. So he was more than happy to allow me to look out for it. Doug, that's not a kid's book.
I just want him to read it.
He's not going to read an adult book to you, Doug. That's not where it goes.
But maybe a little bit later with a kid's book.
You can put that in the blue bin. He doesn't know where it goes. Doug, you de-shelved a book and I'm going to have to put it back. Stop doing that, please.
All right, fantastic. That's great. I just wanted something to, introduce you. And
can you just talk a little bit about like the good things about living in Slab City and the bad things, and just a little bit about what life's like here?
The reason that I live in Slab City is because I can be who I want to be here. If you come in my house and you do something that I don't like, I can punch your face. In the real world, you can't do that sort of thing. You have to just accept people pushing you around all the time. Out here, nobody pushes me around. That's why I like it. Also, because there's a lot of artists and there's a lot of art. People can express themselves freely.
I see that. Yeah.
Do you ever venture into big city, or do you have no need, or
I venture all over the continent.
Great.
I was just at the Dakota Pipeline protest in January.
Yeah.
But you call Slab City home?
Slab City, yes. This is my home, 555 Rosalie Drive. You can look it up on Google Maps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, it's a legitimate address.
Cool.
And it's going to be aired in this just goes to show them. But when they come back to film, they're going to film 5 days, and it's going to be aired.
So you're just doing a sizzle reel?
We're just doing like a little scout video of the people and the place.
They've probably seen your videos online.
Probably.
And if they did a Google search or an internet search, I'm sure that's probably what they found.
I'm the most known videographer in Slabs.
Second is Cause up on the hill.
Does he also have a series of life?
He does. He started after he came here for the first time.
Lives here first.
Yeah, after my first few videos, I was directly involved in him becoming a videographer as well.
Cool.
A lot of my friends went to MCAD, Minnesota College of Art and Design, for film. Tons of my friends. I never went to college for more than like a couple months, so I just kind of couch surfed while they did that. But yeah, I've got, like I said, over 60 videos about what it's like to live out here.
Do you have contact information?
All right here. Facebook, Slab City Library.
Okay.
YouTube, Cornelius Van Gogh.
Okay. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Bob was saying, yeah.
Over at the hostel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're building their towers into the sky.
Well, the story of Babylon is, in the Bible, is a lot of people getting together and trying to build the tallest tower that they could so that they could reach God. So we call cities like, normal cities like LA, that's Babylon, San Diego, or whatever city you live in. That's, these big towers, these ziggurats that people are building. And they don't mean anything to us. Like, we don't live like that. That's why we're out here. And you're over there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like those areas because they disempower you by imposing rules upon you and laws and all those, little things.
It's tiny things. Like, I'm barefoot 100% of the time when I'm out here. When I go into Babylon, every place you go in, you have to have shoes.
Yeah, or sometimes in the summer they tell us to leave because of our wardrobes. You know, we wear loincloths and I
They
wear
cover
like
everything. They're not just flapping. They go under like a diaper.
yeah, it's totally like everything's all contained, but they still try to like kick us out of towns for wearing loincloths. In the summer, it's very hot in this area.
So here you do whatever you want, basically.
Here we do, in our own house, we do whatever we want. But if we're in somebody else's house in Slabs, you know, you have to be courteous to their rules. Anarchy doesn't mean that there are no laws. It means that everyone enacts their own law in the space that they occupy. So if I'm occupying this space and you start throwing books around, I'm probably going to punch your face. Or throw books at you.
Just tell you to stop. If you do stop, then
if you stop, there's no problem.
you clean it up. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, I've had people come in here causing problems, and when you tell them, like, stop doing that, like a child, they'll stop doing it and pick up their stuff. There's no problems. But, you know, if people are causing damage to other people, like, if somebody comes into your house, right, and starts, like, knocking your stuff off the shelves, what are you going to do?
Yeah, of course.
You're going to tell them to get the fuck out of your house.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much anarchy they live in day to day. Like, a good metaphor is like the highway. When you're driving on the highway, you go as fast as you want, and then you see a cop and you slow down. So you're in anarchy until you see that cop.
Yeah, until there's somebody actually
Yeah.
monitoring.
So it's
what
not like
you're
a
doing.
crazy thing, like all laws go out the
Yeah,
window.
like
and
if you're in the
everyone's
woods with
attacking
another
each other.
dude and you don't shoot him, that's your own personal choice.
Yeah.
You can, but you don't because you have sense.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that because it's going to cause a lot of problems for you. Or like if you're a good experiment that they did was ice skating. People just naturally ice skate in the same direction because it just makes sense. If you ice skate in the wrong direction, you're going to screw up a bunch of people, so people don't usually do it. When people do, you know, other people get annoyed by it or whatever. So there was this experiment where these guys went into an ice rink and they started like trying to tell people what to do, and they didn't do it. You know, that's anarchy.
All right. Well, who else do you think we should talk to here? Who's good besides everybody? I know everybody says Builder Bob, but
Builder Bill.
Builder, yeah, okay,
Bill.
Bill.
Bob,
Yeah.
Bob was at the hostel.
The other guy. Yeah.
So who would be receptive and an interesting
They're
character?
interesting at the internet cafe. That's a good. It's another situation like this where it's an establishment and it's also a person's home.
Mm-hmm.
So they run it like we do on donation.
And they're kind of long term. They've been.
They
around.
they provide internet and power for donation for anybody that comes in. And
you don't have to donate though.
You don't have to donate, just like here. You don't have to unless you're filming me. But there's Salvation Mountain is obvious. That's a good spot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we stopped there first.
yeah, the range is happening on Saturdays. And the Oasis Club is where a lot of old timers hang out. They you have to pay like a seasonal fee to use their space and get like coffee, and you can utilize their internet. It's like $10 a month.
That's
for
when you
internet.
first come in?
The Oasis Club, it's on Low Road.
Okay.
There's also the skate park. The skate park is pure anarchy. Like, nobody runs the skate park. People try to run the skate park, but they don't. A lot of.
I was going to ask you, where do you skateboard at?
I don't skateboard.
That's for trade. This is our trade.
Oh, your trade.
Yeah, we're a trade shop also.
Oh, wow.
But the people that use the skate park clean it out.
Where do the snakeskins come
I'd love
from?
to see the skate park.
Snakes.
Yeah, from snakes that come into our house.
We kill them
When
with
they're dogs
swords.
or cats.
Wow, and then do you guys do that? You guys skin them?
Yeah, caveman generally.
I do. There's a goat skin.
Yeah, there's
over
a
there.
goat skin over there.
Wow.
That's from our friend Blue, who is another person that's worth talking to.
He's right next to the hostel.
Yeah, he built the hostel and sold it recently, but
Oh yeah, that's what Bob was saying, that he just recently bought it.
yeah, stuff, and he did a cool block party that we all went to recently, where he slayed a goat and a pig and cooked them in a pit and served them to everybody. It was so good. But that's the skin from the goat over there.
The goat was inside the pig.
Yeah. It was
How do you dry a snake? Is it just a matter of skinning it in and nailing it down and just letting the sun do it?
Yeah,
Those
the
are rattlesnakes?
Sun does it mostly out here. The
Salt-
rattlesnakes are
salt
really
helps.
easy.
Yeah.
You just kind of peel their skin off.
Mm-hmm.
The goat's a lot harder. It took a
You guys
lot
eat the
longer.
snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some snake jerky.
What do we need to trade for one of those snake skins?
What do you got?
I don't know. I'm gonna go look in the car. My son would just think that was the coolest.
You
Galen
can
would
try
love
some
it too.
snake jerky if you'd
Snake
like.
jerky.
Wow.
It's dried.
Crazy.
Yeah. The only meat really on the snake is along its spine, so that's why it's all in strips.
Good.
Not bad.
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like tuna.
Yeah, it's like a mix between chicken and fish.
Yeah, kind of.
It does have a little bit of a fish.
Tuna, yeah, that's what.
Because it's a reptile, you know, they taste a little fishy.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes?
Not that often.
No.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Dogs are actually pretty quick, and they'll actually hunt
Hunt 'em.
Hunt 'em, you know.
Wow.
I mean, they sometimes lose the game, but
Yeah. All right, tell me the story about the range.
well, you know, I'd been working construction and stuff in San Diego, and I hit that age where it started getting harder and harder to find a job, and pretty soon you're living on the street in a van. And San Diego Police Department doesn't take too kindly to that kind of thing. And so after about 10 years of that, I finally had to get out of town. You know, and that or end up in jail, right?
Yeah.
So this is where you go. I had heard about it from some snowbirds, you know. And I came here, and maybe a couple of years into that, I was out here, and I came out. It was a hot summer day, you know. You take a shower and you can't dry off, so you go out under the stars to air dry, and you look up at the stars, and I say, well, you've decided I have to live here, but how the hell is a guy gonna meet a girl in a desolate ass town like this? And the stars looked down and said, what are you gonna do about it? And that's it.
Oh. You got to create some place.
A venue. You created your own venue.
Well, some way of doing some social life in the
Yeah.
town, you know.
That's a great idea.
And when you came out here, were you in a van or were you in a motorhome or?
I just had at the time I just had a pickup truck with a little shell on it, you know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had like a rider truck that I was building into a motorhome, but it burned down and left me with nothing. I had to start over again.
Is that still out here? I think I saw a couple of them out here.
No,
burn
no.
up,
No.
burn up trailers. So how long have you been out here, Builder Bill? And what, is that what you go by, Builder Bill?
Yeah, around here.
Yeah.
19 years, I think.
And you full time?
Yeah.
So
I tried to leave one summer and I ended up in jail.
You didn't get very far, huh?
Didn't get very far, so I gave that up.
So you had mentioned that you built the range to socialize. How's it paid off? Found that wife yet?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, happened that worked just like that.
Did it? And you still married?
Well, you know, we're not. She has another camp, but we're still together.
Oh, okay. So you guys met out here,
We're
and
a little past the married stage. By now.
And
see, that's had 15 years to go through. See.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. And what makes you stay? Why do you want to stay out here and not go back to the city?
Well, I've built a life here, you know, and I don't want to throw it away. Could I find a job in the city? Well, probably not.
Yeah.
I make $740 some from Social Security, and which when I started building this, I had nothing. You know, it was all scrounging and scratching. odd jobs. But, you know, since Social Security kicked in, even though I would be considered below the poverty level in California and federal standards, I'm, you know, I'm living a fairly decent life here because I'm not giving 2/3 or 3/4 away to a landlord somewhere before I even start.
Mm-hmm.
What expenses do you have really out here?
Well, you got to provide your own water, your own power.
Is there someone, I noticed that there's a lot of water tanks around. Does somebody come around and fill those, or are you guys on your own to do that, or is there a service?
Well, you're pretty much on your own. You know, there used to be a company that did that, but I think they don't come out here anymore. So, but there are a couple of guys that do it for, you know, $25 for 100 gallons.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, you have to go out and do it, get it on your own, and do you have a...
Yeah, well, you see I have those barrels in the back of the truck there.
Oh, I see. Where do you go to fill those up?
Right now, the chamber is the only place. Of course, negotiating that is always a problem, too.
Is there enough rain to bother trying to capture rain?
No.
No.
Doesn't rain out here too much.
Well, we've had, this winter we've had 2 good rainstorms that are probably more rain than we've seen in 5 years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when is the range and what, I mean, do you get a lot of people there? Is it how often does
we put on a show every Saturday night, and this time of year we'll get 100 or more people.
Do you
every Saturday?
Yeah.
Do you perform?
Yeah, interestingly, I started doing this before I learned to play.
What do you play?
Oh, I'm, you know, sing loud, strum some guitar with it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we were talking to the guy over at the Viper Lounge, and he said that you come over and play, sit in sometimes. Great. Well, so you get a lot of people over at the range, and is there still a lot of pretty girls that come? Get yourself in trouble?
No. You see, Slab City has a gender problem.
Fierce competition, huh?
There's not too many. There's more men than there are women, is what you're trying to tell me, I think.
Yeah, well, see, but it's really improved. It's probably 5 to 1 now.
Yeah.
And back then it must have been 20 to 1.
Wow. Those are tough odds, so that's why you got yourself one and you stuck with her.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, fantastic. Anything else you can tell me about Slab City? Is there other people that we should talk to that you think might, the long timers that have been here a long time?
You know, I used to be the new guy.
Yeah.
Slab City's a place that's been a functioning community for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Any suggestions on other people that have been here just as long or longer?
I'm one of the few left now. And then, like the solar people over there, they don't like to talk to media. They feel like it, you know, exposing us just hastens the day of our end, you know.
Yeah. Is it still on the table for you guys to buy the property?
We're working on it. We desperately need money.
Yeah.
East Jesus over here has completed their land deal. But see, they're like different from the rest of Slab City in that they're part of that Burning Man crowd where there's money people involved, you know. So they were able to do their deal just like a snap, you know. Where Salvation Mountain, now we're having negotiations right now.
And that's separate from this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the bigger tale.
Yeah.
How that happened.
How many acres?
Really, this is a community of poor people.
Yeah.
It's basically a refugee camp. You know, I mean, it's not a refugee from war or thing, but it's a refugees from high rent and hard to find a job and couldn't afford to go to college, and maybe I'm a little crazy and alcoholic and all of those things mixed in, you know.
Mm-hmm. How many acres is Slab City?
The whole square, it's a section, you know, a mile square, so it's 630 acres or something like that.
How did the government divide it up? Like, how did East Jesus buy their section, and how is?
Well, it's been, who occupied what here has been totally unsupervised all these years, right? Since the late 50s when they started people living here. And East Jesus started, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that. And when the guy that founded it died, they formed a nonprofit, just like we did for Leonard there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kept it up, and it's kept installing art things and camps. And so when what happened is I'm on the board down there at Salvation Mountain, and the State Lands Commission actually approached us. Well, not directly.
Just for that, just.
Well, they were talking of undoing the whole unloading the whole property to Salvation Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the board at Salvation Mountain rightly said, well, that's more than we can handle or want to be responsible for. So they just filed papers to get the area right around theirs. Well, being a resident here of Slab City and a person who's made his life here doesn't have anywhere else to go, I said, well, if they're looking to unload this property, we, the people that live here, are in danger of losing our homes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got together with some other people who had similar thoughts, and we formed that nonprofit corporation, Slab City Community Group, and filed a separate application to acquire the rest of the property, but aside from Salvation Mountain, right? Well, not everybody thought it was a good idea. See, some people thought we were going to run people out or be king or charge rent or whatever. They all, each one had its own paranoid delusion, you know. But they were running rampant with him, and there was enough political anxiety and outright hostility that the East Jesus people, who originally were kind of riding with us, said, no, we got to. They lost confidence in us basically and made their own deal.
Mm-hmm.
And since they were the ones that had money, they were able to do it. So they've completed the deal on their property.
They don't have any intention of trying to buy the rest of it?
No. I think they took 30 acres,
Mm-hmm.
36, something like that.
Yeah. And you're that down there, are they still trying to separate the two?
Salvation Mountain is working on getting an 80-acre section down there.
Oh, okay.
And
that's not including this area up here,
they're
then. That's just
negotiating with the county to soften up some of the liabilities and stuff, because it's a non-standard building and you might not be able to have tourists come in if you had the regular regulations and all that, you know. So all of that's being negotiated pretty much as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
And but as soon as that deal's done, then the larger area with the poorest claimant.
Do you guys have community meetings and discuss this sort of thing?
Well, we have board meetings and they're public. I think Sunday's the next one. This Sunday will be our next board meeting.
How many people do you have usually on a Saturday night at the range?
Well, like I said, this time of year it'd be about 100.
And how does the range make money? Is there an
Pass the
entrance
hat.
fee? Yeah, okay.
Pass the hat. Like these are an anonymous benefactor who had some money come from his family, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
wanted to help out, but didn't want everybody in the world to know he had money, you know. So I made a pitch to him for 20 of these benches for come up about $1,300. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some amount of money I never could come up with.
Did you build these?
Well, I built the first few. We hired some guys to do the 20.
And they're going to replace the couches that are over there?
Yeah, well, we got rid of there. If you go out back, there's a big pile of old couches.
And well, who performs? Just whoever wants to, or
whoever wants to. And that.
So it's an open mic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the little hippie children with bongo drums, and me with the old rock and roll folk songs, and every different thing, you know.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, we definitely want to be here on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that's the place to be. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. You're answering questions for me. And we're gonna turn this over to the. What is it?
I said Slab City. The range is somebody else.
Oh, really? So what is yours?
The range.
Trailers out here. Like now, those things are getting to be crazy. I'm surprised some redoing them and making them nice inside, like modern, and flipping them for big money. It's crazy. Popping up everywhere. All right, great.
I mean, you might as well give up and think a year ahead, if you're going to even get a chance to go and get any apartment, there. And then basically, I was there 4 days, and I didn't get much, but I did get, thanks for contacting us, and our lease is 6 months to a year.
Oh, wow. What's your name?
Bernard Willer, Bernie Willer.
Bernie. I'm Rick. Good to
Rick,
meet you.
nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Lowell.
That's
Lowell, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
So,
Rick and Lowell, yeah.
What brought you out here? What made you bring a piano out here? First of all.
I taught piano, and so I took all day getting here and setting up the tent, but I'm still going to practice, what I mean? And so I'm a musician, and I just like to play, that's what I do.
How long do you stay, and how long have you been out here?
I've probably been here last year for about 6 weeks. This year, this will be my 3rd week total. So I'm going to probably stay here, and then I'm going up to Lake Coachella Park up there near Palm Springs.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll probably come back here because you can only stay up there for 2 weeks. But it's real nice. I've been there before.
Do you take the piano up there too?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I have that trailer right there, right?
Oh,
and
okay.
it's got a winch built in on the front and not on the outside, but the inside. So it's a ramp type of trailer. So I just winch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you play us some piano?
Sure.
And does it draw a crowd when you come out and play, usually in the evenings, or?
No, in a way I kind of like that. You're just sort of, just practicing or doing whatever you want to do, And they come by and shake my hand and that, and that's good. So I just go with that, you know.
It's cool.
Yeah. You haven't met the love of your life. It says here looking for love. But
I'm starting to wonder. I've been single all my life, but now, for me, I guess it's time to find out what love is about. I've never been in love. So I'm going to find out what it's about, I hope.
And you hope to meet them at one of these places here, either Slab City or...
I doubt if I'll meet him in Slab City. I'll tell you, it's about 10-to-1 ratio here.
That's what Bill was saying.
Yeah, so probably I like to go out. I'm financially able, you know, so I like to go out and play in a bar or something for tips or whatever. And there's a chance. And, you know, so I'm just going to kind of move with that right now until I get more settled from I'm in Minnesota. That's where I'm from. And I just happened upon this place because I like the Salton Sea. I wanted to go down there, and I camped there. Here's a horn player. He plays trumpet.
He comes in and helps you out?
Well, we just been getting to know each other better and that, you know, that type of thing. But yeah, he can bring his trumpet over anytime he wants. The fact is, it's a trumpet I gave him last year.
That's great.
But he plays trumpet. Hey, Dave.
What's up?
Hello.
Dave.
Lowell.
Hey.
This is Lowell. I'm Rick.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
We're scouting to do a little documentary.
Yeah.
Scouting to do a little documentary out here in a few days for a company out of Singapore. And,
Singapore?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
for
They want to do a story on Slab City and.
Where are they going to buy the place?
No.
They certainly have enough money to do that. I would think.
I'll suggest that to them, I guess.
I think they're way wealthier than me.
Tell them to fix the roads first.
Wait. Oh my God. Please, we need a new road.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we got a list.
Got a nice long list for them.
Yeah.
We're just filming right now, so if you guys are cool being on camera, you're welcome to be on there. I just wanted to let you know that he's filming.
Thanks for telling me.
You want to go change and put on something nice, your best clothes, or you look fine though.
I've been working, you know, and what can I say?
Yeah.
He was about to play us a song.
Yeah. Oh, this is the Choo Choo Boogie.
Nice one.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.